Alright, how we doing everyone? I've been having a slow tire leak on the 2008 Mariner. Just been having to add air to it about once every 3 weeks for the last couple months. And then the last few days I've been having to add air in it every 3 days. So the leak's getting worse. I decided I could have just did this actually on the vehicle, but I took it off to make it easier for everybody to see. And what I did is I found a nail of some sort. I had my tools out here, now I can't find them. That's the story of my life, isn't it? Always setting my tools down somewhere and forgetting where I put them. There we go. We're going to use the side cutter pliers to remove the offending article in the tire. Now let's have a look here. There you can see it's kind of shiny right there. So we're just going to grab a hold of that. We're going to work it out. I have safety glasses on in case it goes flying, so always wear safety glasses when you're pulling out something under pressure. Almost out. Dang, that's a big thing. I'm going to have to set the phone down for a second. Alright, we worked it out, and let's see if we can get a good view of that. It's a screw, just like a wood screw, coarse threaded. Not focusing right there, we go. A coarse threaded wood screw of some sort, and we can see I used the pliers here and I actually screwed it out in a motion, so that I wasn't sure what size or shape it was. I didn't want to risk damaging the treads any more than was already done, so I actually screwed it out like you just would a regular screw. And now we have the hole there that's slowly leaking air. And what we're going to do is dispose of the screw. We're going to use a plug kit. I keep these plug kits on hand to repair just such an emergency here. And you know, really anybody who's traveling down the road and going about their business should have a spare tire, a can of Fix-A-Flat, and a plug kit in their vehicle all the time. I am not one who believes in driving without a spare, and I always try and have one of these in my car too, because you can actually fix this alongside the road with the wheel still on the car. There's no need to even pull out the wheel most of the time if you get something through your tread. So sometimes they come with a little tube of, what do you call it, rubber cement that you're supposed to use to hold these into place, but there's no rubber cement here. You can do it without the rubber cement just as well. You can see I've got quite a few kits of these tire plugs here. We're going to use this one. We're going to put it in without the rubber cement, and it should work fine, but we'll test it for leaks. And if it still leaks, we will go and get some rubber cement for it. I'll use my different quality tools here. I've got the reaming tool, and we've got lots of different sets of these. I don't know why I got so many. We've got the reaming tool to clean the hole out with, and then the installation tool to push the plug in and pull back out. And we're going to show you how easy this is. The first part is to use the reaming tool. It's like a little file, and you're going to push that in through the hole that the screw came out of, and you're just going to work it back and forth until it goes in, and that's going to clean the hole out and rough up the edges and make the hole big enough for the plug to go in through. And once you've pushed and twisted it down in, you're going to twist it around a little bit like this. You're going to pump it up and down a few times to clean the edges off, and then when you get done, you're going to pull it back out. Alright, the next step is to take your plug and push it through the center of the installation tool. The installation tool is like a clamp that holds the plug in place while you drive it in, and then the tip opens up as you pull it back out to release it and leave the plug in place. So you make it even so the pinch clamp is right in the middle. You have to squeeze the plug a little bit on the end. You squeeze it with your finger, thumb and forefinger like that to flatten it out, and push it through that little slot here. You can see how it goes through that little slot there. Even it out so it's about the same distance either way, and then we're going to push this right down into the hole. And the trick is on this to make sure you don't push it too far in. If you push it all the way through so the tail ends disappear, the whole thing's going to pop out inside your tire and not do anything. You'll have to do it again. So you're going to start it like this, find the hole, and just gradually push it in, and you can see it starting to disappear down into the hole. And you want to get about half to 2/3 of it down into the hole without pushing it too far. That's about how far I would recommend right there. You're leaving about a 1/2 inch sticking out on each side, and then you're going to carefully grab your T-handle and pull it straight back out, and if everything went well, the plug will remain in place. So here we go, we're pulling it back out, and look at that, the plug, oops, I get the shadow right here, the plug remained in place. And we're going to get a pair of side cutters back, and we don't really have to cut it off because that would wear off eventually going down the road, but you're going to hear an annoying thumping noise until it does. So since we have the side cutters with us, we're going to go ahead and cut those off. Alright, again, that wasn't necessary to do that, but it'll save you having to listen to some thumping feeling until it wears off. There still may be a little thump going to it when it's going down the road until this little button here wears down. The other thing we're going to do is now we're going to refill the tire to your recommended poundage, and then we're going to pour some bubbly soapy water on it to see if it's still leaking. I don't have the liquid rubber cement to coat it with like yours. Technically most of the kits recommend that. You don't really have to use it. Some kits don't even come with it anymore, but the old timers like me feel like you probably should use the rubber cement on it. And if you don't have it, you certainly can go ahead and do it without the rubber cement. So that's what we did. If it leaks, no harm done. I go to the store, get the rubber cement, and do it again, because like I said, it only takes about 10 minutes. I can do it right on the car. We're going to put our tools back in our drawer here. See, we got the installation tool, the reaming tool, and a nice supply of plugs here. This is one of those projects that you can do yourself. It's not that hard. Way cheaper than having a tow truck come out and do it, unless you got AAA road service, which is nice. I do have that too. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Keep those tires up.